Hi guys, ZSHPlays here. Today we're jumping straight into the brand new Planet Zoo Barnyard Animals Pack, which has been kindly sent over to me by Kat at Frontier. So this brand new pack contains 7 brand new animals and 60 new scenery pieces. So let's jump straight in with the build and see what we can create with it. Okay, so jumping straight in. So I'm just going to lay out a couple of paths just to see where we go. I'm going to use quite a natural selection of paths for this build, I think, just to keep it in theme with kind of like the barnyards. So I'm just going to turn the curbs off and I'm just going to select the light soil, just so we've got it as a base for the path. Okay, so let's just turn that down to possibly 6. Okay, so what I'm kind of going to do is I'm just going to kind of do like a little bit of a freehand pattern. So I've got a little idea, I want kind of like a walkthrough style exhibit. So we're probably going to go from there, just kind of bring it down a bit. And then I'm going to loop in probably around here. So I've got quite a cool idea from here. So for the big buildings in this video, I'm going to be using a couple of blueprints just so we can focus more on the new features and the new scenery items. So I've grabbed a couple of pieces already, so what I'll do is I'll link them down in the description below. Okay, so I'll pick this one up. So this one's a pretty cool one, so I wanted this one to be kind of in the middle. Potentially, what I want to do is I want to include like a restaurant with some seats around the outside of this. So I'm thinking if I have it probably like there, so let's just check all the heights and stuff. I want it to be as low to the ground as possible. So if we say about there, what I can then do is I can just kind of amend this group as I need to. So I'm thinking probably if I go out to there, just make this as kind of like a little, not so much balcony, but just somewhere where I can put the tables. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to delete this piece out, just like that. So let me just see which pieces have been, so it's the vertical wooden planks, so let's use them. Right, so it's these pieces here. So I'm just going to use the door piece just to fill in that little gap that we've already taken out. Okay, and then I'm going to use, so I've seen some fencing in the new pack that I really want to use, so I've just kind of marked all the little bits that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to use these. We're going to have the pickets on the outside actually. So let's go about there. So that slots in quite nicely. So the picket pale fencing is one of the new scenery items from the pack. So let me just bend this so I can get it in. I need it just to line up with the edge there. So just going to use the advanced move, and I'm going to move it to about there. And then I'm also just going to turn on the angle snap and just advance move and duplicate this bit. So if I go out to there as well. Then what we can do is we can just have a play around with this and just move them in as we need to. And what I'll do here is I will just extend that one out, and then I can just delete these 2 pieces here. So let's just select all these pieces again, because looking from a bird's eye view they're not actually level to the build. Let's just get them as level as we can. So I'm just going to turn off the angle snap just so I can get it as close to the edge as possible. I'm thinking about there. Let's just go again. Let's pull it into, say there. And what I might do as well, just for trying to think this bit here, so if I could potentially leave this bit open and kind of have the main tables here. So I think actually if we put that, just put it back to where we was, what I might do here is I might just fill this with some planters or something, just so it keeps it kind of realistic. So same again, advanced move duplicate, and then I'm just going to align these pieces up. So I'm not actually going to recolour these because these are actually flexi coloured, so I'm going to leave them as they are, but I'm just going to show you how you can recolour them. So if we just do the vertical blanks, so you can do them as black, and they look quite weathered, which is pretty cool. They can be recoloured to any colour you want. You can go into the colour wheel as well and do it that way. So we're just going to leave it on white for now. So we just want like the traditional kind of picket pale fencing. So let me just pull that out because, as you can see, the axis was a little bit thingy. So I'm just going to change that back to world axis. Okay, and then from here I'm going to use the 4 meter piece and just connect it up like that, and then same again. Same again there like that. Okay, that's fine. Another idea which I do have as well, just to make it all work and do what I need it to, I'm actually going to split these from the group so I can advance move them. So I'm thinking if I go to there, then what I can do is I can enter this group. So this is a little bit more fiddly than what it should be, but it's completely fine, and then I can push that back and we can have quite a simple little area just like that. So then what I can do here as well, just because I do want to just close it all off, thinking the 2 meter piece should just fit in, and yes it does. And what I can do is I can just use the post here just to block that off, which is cool. And then I'm just going to use the posts on the corners as well just to fill it in a little bit. Let's just have a look at the angles, that's fine. And then the same again on this one. Yep, so that works perfectly. So let's just get rid of the grass underneath here. So I'm just going to change it over to short grass for now, just to neaten this area up. So let's just get rid of all that. And then same inside. So I'm just going to get rid of all the grass because we're going to put the restaurant in here and the tables outside, and we're going to have it as kind of like a farmyard cafe. Get rid of those, that's fine. Okay, and then we're going to be using something that I've never actually used before, so hoping all goes well. So we need the restaurants, so let's just find them. Okay, so we're going to be using this piece, so let's just see how big it is and where we need all of the stuff. So I'm thinking if we potentially go flip it around a couple of different times. So if we go there, let's just see how that looks. So what will happen is the guests will come in and then they go around to here, I believe, and it automatically spawns them into where they need to be going. So we'll have this as just like a kind of makeshift, just for realism kind of things. So you kind of come in and then you get shown to your table from there. So let me just have a look out to this and see what else we need. So the tables, so we need to place some tables. So I'm going to be using these ones. And I'm just going to turn off position snaps. I want them to be a little bit more kind of freehand. Maybe if we do one there, possibly one there, potentially one there, one there, and one in the middle, I think. Maybe put one there, that'll be fine. Pop one there. Let's just move this one here for a little bit. Then let's just move that in, and then we can possibly move. Let's move this one down. Down and in. I don't think the placement of these matter too much, to be quite honest. but if we put it like that, I think that should be fine. So that's going to be the kind of barnyard cafe. So let's just see if we need anything else. So we just need to link the tables. So let's get those tables linked. So if we just go over and just click all of them, so they'll turn green when you link them. It's similar to the education talks. So we're just going to confirm that link. And let's just have a look. So I've not used these before, so I want to just have a look through the settings and just see. Okay, so there are all the tables. So you can have 20 tables linked. You can change the kitchen staff's uniform, but we're not going to do that because we don't need to do that. And then I think that works quite well actually. Okay, so my plan is to kind of have some animal reserves possibly here. So I'm thinking more probably like the Highland cow possibly going here, and then I'm thinking of doing like the Sussex chicken around here. Just double check that, I'm sure it's the Sussex chicken. Yes, it is the Sussex chicken. So we're going to be putting that one around here. So just going to use the little paintbrushes we do. So we're going to be doing Sussex chicken around here. So we're going to have a couple of coops possibly here and here. And then the Highland cow, we're going to reserve this area here because they need a little bit more space. And we're probably going to extend this barn out and just have like a little indoor barn. And then we're going to put some goats in, so we're going to have this as like a multi, but they can't access, it's just going to be one building extended out. And then we're going to have the goats from here, so this is going to be a walk-through enclosure or an experience, so we're going to trial out those because there's new hand washing stations as well. And then in here I'm going to put in the goats in here, so the alpine goats will go there. And then we're going to just do some like bits here. So I want the path to kind of join from there and go round, and then I want the pigs to be on the side here. So what I would like to do as well is kind of build some like custom pigsties as well. So let's jump straight into the build. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop it into speed build for the first time in forever just to get the walls in. So I'm going to do the walls and just the enclosures, and then what we'll do is we'll detail all the enclosures and finish it up outside of speed build. Okay, so that is the basis of the build done. I have used blueprints here, so I will link this in the description below. But I'm just going to quickly show you. So I've just got kind of like a little farm as such. This is kind of what I wanted. Sorry, just noticed one detail there which I need to do. So what I pretty much did is I've just used the in-game blueprint that Frontier have made to make these walls all the way around, and then I've just kind of moved them around. So in the English countryside it's quite typical to kind of see these like this. So what they tend to kind of do is just kind of patch it up with like a little bit of mesh or something. So I'm thinking using the brand new pack, I'm going to actually use probably some of these little bits of fencing. Probably just going to change them to more suitable colours. So if we do something like that, it would be kind of typical to see, for example, something probably like this, where they've kind of patched it up on the opposite side with like a fence or something to stop the animals escaping. Let me just move that out a bit because I'm not 100% happy with that. Just going to move that in just like that. And that's typically something that you would see to kind of just patch up a broken fence or a broken stone wall in the countryside. So my plan is to have the goats in here. So I want this to be kind of like a fun little enclosure for them. So obviously I've added the gate here. So what I need to do is I just need to connect this in to here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loop it round and just kind of connect it up here. So I'm going to make like a little pretend door here just so they can kind of run through. So just going to hop back into the build. So just hopping into the group, and then let me just grab a door which I like. So just see if there's any cool ones. I might just use the Arctic door. Let's have a look at the Arctic. No, that doesn't really go. Have we got anything different? Classic? That's way too big. No, what I might do is I might just this one. This one works quite well, and it goes with the theme as well, so that's fine. So on the inside here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just a little staff path. So we just hold down on back down to the ground. So what we should be able to do is we should be able to run a path down the side here. So I think it's going to be quite tricky, but I'm going to do it. We should get to there. Yeah, that's fine. And then on this side, I'll try and do get that there. Let's see if we can line to rid of that. What I need to do, I just need it to snap kind of straight in. What I might have to do is I might just have to delete this. Okay, so I'm just going to delete the Animal Trade Center just for the time being, and then what I'll do is I will just hide one in the build somewhere. So if we just do that like that, so it's not the prettiest, but it should be fine. What I'm going to do is I am just going to move this out to here, and I'm also going to move this out to here as well, just so we can conceal that a little bit. Just kind of like that, and then that is pretty much the inner part of the goats. So let's go and just add. I'm going to add that down here just so it's out of the way. So we're going to use this as like a little facility hub down here. So I just need Animal Trade Center. Shouldn't need a quarantine because we're in sandbox mode, but we'll just add all the bits that are needed to stop stuff from complaining. Okay, so let's just go through. That's fine. So if we just kind of follow that path what we was already kind of doing. Okay. We just up to here, I think, like that. Should be able to snap that in, that's fine. And if I come back to the staff path, it's going to put that straight in like that. Okay, so let's grab our animals now. So if we just look at the alpine goat. Right, okay, so we've got a gold one, so we're getting that one. Let me just check the Zoopedia because I've not actually checked. So we can have one male and up to 29 females, so that's fine. So the male we've got is pretty good, so we'll stick with that one. Let's just have a look on the market again. So got a female there. Just refresh that and see if we can get any male one. That one will do. It's decent. That one's okay. I think that'll do it. That. Just try to see if we can get any kind of like colour morphs or anything. So just need to grab a couple of members of staff. Like I say, we can go crazy with the staff because we've got unlimited money in sandbox mode. So I'm just going to get 2 free zookeepers, and I'm also going to mechanic just yet. Grab a security guy. We'll need a couple of vendors and a vet. That'll do. So let's just unpause that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them straight into the habitat. I'm just going to rename this. So I'm going to recall it the goat walkthrough. Okay, and then let's speed up time and get them in here. Something I noticed here before I go any further. Some space for games. Okay, that works just like that. Okay, so our first goats should be arriving. This time here. I'm going to move this fencing piece around as well. Just for a second. What I want that to kind of imitate is that there's kind of like a locking point there. Okay, so let's just unpause that. Okay, so our first goats are here. Let's just have a look at that. Okay, oh, I just need to check I've not turned off escapes because they look like they are going straight to escape. Good timing that was. Just go down. Can I find it? I'm looking for... So escape shouldn't be on, so they shouldn't be able to get out actually. Unless they're just... They're going to try it? I don't think they will. Should be okay. They'll probably stay in, to be fair. Right, okay, so I want to have a look at the new animal encounters. So I've got everything already. So you need to hit these requirements. So you need a guest gate, which we have here. So this is where the guests will come through. We need a hygiene station, which is these new pieces that they've added. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that around here, I think. So I'm thinking if I add that there on that side, then if we also add one on this side as well, so the guests will actually interact with this one. Right, okay, so amount of guests, so controls the amount of guests navigating the habitat off path, has no effect on the amount of guests Okay, so we're going to go for few because I don't want it to go too crazy in here. So let's get rid of that. I think I added 2 there. That's fine. Let's redo that. Okay, so the guest encounter, sorry, the goat encounter is now set up. So let's just see if anyone will actually come in and do that. So I'm quite keen to see the new interactions as well, so the guests will actually interact with the animals now as well. Or walk straight through them. Going to interact with them. I think he's going to do something. Going to interact with that. I've seen videos and stuff of people actually stroking the animals. Okay. This is going to go crazy. Oh, we've got a pretty cool column off here. Is anyone going to pet that? I don't actually think anyone is coming up to them and petting them, to be fair. Did I just miss that? Might have just missed one. Okay, we've got one here. So there's 2 people here trying to interact with this goat. Oh, this is cool. So I'm just going to set it back to midday, just so we've got a better view. I don't know if they just do, if it's per animal, but these ones seem to be kind of like crouching down and just trying to get them to come closer. I'll just pause that for now. Just making sure no one's in there. I don't want to go too far in because I feel like if I start opening, I might actually close the restaurant for now, so I don't want to open just yet. Just that. So we just want to sort out the goats now. So the terrain isn't suitable, so they need a lot more short grass. So we can add that all in the middle here. And intensity up. Probably put the size to that. And then they need more rock as well, so we're going to add that around the edge. We go to 2. I think if we do that kind of around the edge like that, just to give that stone wall a little bit of something. That's probably not gonna do too much, but let's just roughly redraw this back in. Okay, so the rock. I'm going to leave that as it is because the terrain's at 97%, so it should be okay. And we're in sandbox mode, so it's not too bad. So let's have a look at the enrichment. So I don't know if there's actually any new enrichment items. I think there is. That's fine. So we can add some of these. So these are just like the little scarecrow feeders. I think these will be quite fun. So it fits with the theme. So let's add a couple of those. Let's just add a small barrel feeder down here. And what I also did as well is I saved a blueprint off the Steam Workshop, which was like a feeder, just like this. So I'm thinking if I add this, let's add one of these around here. So we'll add one there, and then I'll also add one around here, I think. Okay, and then I'm going to hop into the Barnyard Animal Pack, because there's an item in here which I want to use. Let's get rid of that. So I'm thinking I could either pop them, let's just get rid of the eyes. I could either pop that in like that, or I could potentially flip it upside down. Just see which one kind of works better. Yeah, I guess that could work. What I can also do is I can just kind of lower it down as well. Just have it so it's kind of sticking out the top. So I want to straighten them up a bit actually. So maybe just like that, I think. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that works better. So I'm going to save that. I'm going to add all this to the group. Just get that little piece in there. There we go. So let me just delete that one. I'm going to add that there, and then just to kind of make it feel like it works, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a herb scent marker underneath it. Add one around there, and then same again on this side as well, so we'll add one around there. Okay, so have we got anything else that we can add in here for them? So no, that's too big, I'm not going to use that. So let me just check there, just to make sure we're all okay. So they're quite low on the enrichment needs, so that should be okay. What I am cautious of is though that they don't have any, it's saying here they have hard shelter, but I don't know where that hard shelter is. So I think I'm going to just copy these over. Should be fairly easy because these were a little bit of a nightmare in the speed build if you saw, but I made it through. So let's just copy build these items. Perfect. I think if I just drop that there like that, and I can probably also do it there as well. So this just adds a tiny little bit detail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all this, I think. And I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to block this area off down here. Just like that, I think. Take it back like that. Yeah, that should be fine. Get rid of these rocks as well. I'll leave those ones in, that's fine. So they can utilise this. What I will do is I'm just going to come back shortly and do a couple more props and stuff in this area. I just want to add hay underneath here. I think this will add quite a nice little feel to this area if I do it like that. And any too close to here, we'll just make a little path. Okay, just like that, I think. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pinch a couple of these metals just from this area, and I'm literally just going to pop a couple of them into the wall just to give it that kind of overgrown, especially here as well where it looks like it's kind of been replaced. Also at the back here, and I think I'm going to add a couple of bits here, just like that. And what I also want as well is I really like these, so I'm just going to add a couple of these, so let's sink a couple of them in. This just adds like a little bit of dryness, I think, to it. Just kind of do that. Probably not typical kind of plants you'd find in England, but it should be fine. Okay, and then I'm thinking, so inside of here, so probably going to add a couple of these hay bales, and just kind of picturing thinking that they can kind of climb up them or something. So I think if I make like a little structure with them, like nothing nothing obviously too crazy because they're only goats, but I kind of imagine them to potentially like climb on top of this or something. I think if I go with that, delete that like that, and then I might just make a couple of them just a little bit skewer, just like that. Might just put them over. Same again down here, so just going to move a couple, just to give it that extra, just to kind of look like they've kind of messed around with them a little bit. This one on the top here, so I want that to go kind of in. I want it to kind of look like it's going to probably tumble off at some point. And then this side, just going to rotate them very slightly. And this one will go that way, and I think that works for what I'm looking for. Let's just see what this looks like. Okay, that works. I'm quite happy with them, to be fair, if I do that. Okay, so rustic barrel. I said feeder then, I was like, what? Okay, so planter. So let's add a couple of these planters then. So I'm thinking if we go potentially down here like this, I guess it just kind of sections it off a little bit. And then we're just going to imagine that the farmer here is growing a couple of leeks. We're going to put the random rotation on. We're going to do varying different heights as well, so some are more grown than others. Just like that. Then we're probably going to do, see if we've got anything to make it pop. So we've got some radishes. Got like tiny little sprouts like that. Push that one in a little bit. Move. That's fine. That works. Okay, so let me just duplicate those. So you see why I'm duplicating them in a minute. So I'm just going to get rid of them. Then what I am going to do is I'm just going to move these into position just up here. I don't want them to be exactly perfect, just like that. So it's fine. So trying to think of other things that we would potentially see inside of goat habitat. So I might add a couple of these barrels, just like that. And I'm thinking if we add actually some like crates or something around here, just to kind of segregate that a little bit off. Rusty milk. What's that? Rusty milk churn. We add that like that, and then I can just sink the bucket just there like that. Okay, so have we got anything else that I can add into this? I feel like I'm going to go a little bit crazy, keep adding stuff, but that's what the pack's here. We're here to play with it, so let's just go wild. I also think we've got new plants in this pack as well. I think we've got 3 new trees and some sweet corn. Ooh, that's giving me an idea. I want to make a sweet corn maze actually. I might make a sweet corn maze here. Might be a little bit longer than a one video thing, but it's fine. We're having fun with it, so we will just carry on as normal. Yeah, they're pretty cool. It's what it look like if they're really sunken underground. I'm pretty happy with that so far. What I could potentially do with just I think so. I don't want to go too crazy because obviously it's only a little petting zoo. I might add a couple more of these barrels just around. And I might also add just like a tiny little layer of these here, I think. I might just have kind of like the odd ones brighten up. Just like around here, all different varying lengths. We could potentially put like a bundle of them here. We kind of picture it like the farm's main function is attractions and sweet corn, and they've got the sweet corn maze at the back. I think I'm pretty happy with that, to be quite honest. I do kind of want to. I think that's fine. I think that gives quite a good little petting view. Petting zoo, sorry, not petting view. We're looking at the view of the petting zoo. Let's see if we can go wild with any more. I kind of feel like this would look pretty cool propped up against the wall. I think that's pretty cool. I like that. I'm not sure why I did everything in a group, but we live and we learn, that's fine. So I want to make it look like this has been here for like probably 100 years or something. It's gone rusty and the plants have just kind of overtaken. Okay, so I'm going to leave the goats at that. What I want to do here is I want to build just like a little area for the pigs. So I want to make like little pigsties. I need to figure out how to do that. So I'm just going to hop over into speed build. I'm going to have a little play around. Once I've got one how I want it, I'll pop back and then we'll decorate the pig enclosure and get some time with pigs in. So I'll see you guys in a second. Hi guys, okay, so I think I've figured out. So the initial thing I popped down was this, but I really don't like it, so I'm going to get rid of that and scrap that. What I'm going to do here is I've used this as a base, so I'm going to go with this kind of style. So obviously I didn't want to do this kind of, not so much live because this isn't live, but you know what I mean. Just wanted to do that in speed build just so it's easier to get it all into place. So let me just align those up. So pretty much what I've done is I've just used the metal beams. It's a little bit, it's not perfect, but it's the best that I can get it. I think if I possibly drop it down like that, potentially do the same with this side as well. Probably something like that, and then what I'll do is I'll just sink it down into place like that. So thinking just to kind of have one there, then potentially just kind of have one here as well. So let's just change the colour. So I think if we go with like a green, just like that, because I don't really think you'd see like bright blue pigsties, I think they're called. So if we do the same, that's not too bright. So I think if we do them like that, that should be fine. So they should be able to rest underneath there. So let's just get the barrier in. I can probably make... Yeah, I'm probably not going to make this one an experience like this one, an encounter, sorry. I'm probably just going to do this as just like a walk around and you can see the pigs from where you are. So, using the little trick that I always use, so using the keyboard plus and minus options to get the length on the barriers. So let's just loop that all the way around, and then just when I get to here I'm just going to go to there, and then just going to hit plus just to extend all the way out like that, and then minus just to get to where I need it. So that works out quite perfect, which is good. And then minus again. Yeah, that's fine, we can just drag that out to where we need it, then we can just snap it in like that. Okay, so this one will require staff access gate, so I'm probably going to delete this one out for now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add one of the low barriers. So I'm going to use the metal habitat gate. I think if we go there, that's going to be the closest. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go back into this grid, then I'm going to Control X just to get that advanced move and duplicate. I'm going to switch to the content packs and I'm going to go to Barnyard Animals, and I'm just going to use, so hopefully it's one that's a little bit shorter, but that's fine. So there's not any shorter pieces, so we're just going to sink that into the building. It shouldn't stick out too much, it's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. So we're just going to go with that for now. So that's going to be the little pig pen. So we're only going to have 2 pigs, we're not going to have too many. So let's just have a quick read up on the Tamworth pig. Okay, so 1 male up to 4 females, so we're just going to have a male and a female. We're going to go with this one, so this one used to be a pet, and this one was a rescue. So let's drop them 2 straight in. And I think this is quite a nice little area for them, to be quite honest. So pigs are quite, they like pretty much a lot of mud, so I'm thinking their requirement's going to be mostly mud. They've got these little pigsties as well. I imagine the mud bath as well is going to be one of their enrichment items. And I thought he was running back so he couldn't get in here because of this, but there's plenty of space. Okay, so where's the pigs? Over here, look. They're on the way. Okay, so he's just dropping off the Tamworth pigs now. So let's see, I'm really excited to see these. Yeah, always hidden. Oh. Move over this way, Tom. Okay, guys coming out. These guys are really, really cool. They've done quite a good job with all the animals in this pack, to be quite honest. Ooh. Oh, I love that they run. Okay, let's get the terrain. Yeah, so soil, so they need a lot of soil, so that is good. That works for me. So I'm going to make the whole thing soil, or the edges, just to kind of make it look like a real life pig enclosure. I'm going to come back around here and just add that grass back in as well. So I want it to be like that, and I want the long grass just back in here, just like that. What I am going to do is get it back as close as possible, and same here, just going to add some long grass all the way around the edge. What I'm going to do here, just for kind of like, not so much realism, but I'm just going to add that same same kind of style thing what we did around the other side. Okay, so just going to sink that. Rid of that. So we're just going to make, not so much a makeshift fence, but we're going to make it more just kind of been propped up just to keep them in for now. Okay, so let's just see how far we can get that. Okay, I think if we do it somewhat like that, that'll be fine. Again, this is just kind of how they would patch up these stone walls. I don't think they tend to kind of build them much anymore, if I'm being honest. But I think they look quite nice. There's quite a lot around where near where I live in the countryside, which is pretty cool. So let's just go in and add some hay in here. I haven't actually checked if they can go under here, but I'm really hoping they can. Yes, it's good. It's fine, so that works perfectly. Okay, and then probably... no, I think what I'm gonna... I haven't really got room for any enrichment items in here, if I'm being honest. We've probably had a couple of toys. Might add cardboard box as well. Like I say, the enrichment needs are very little, so it should be okay. I'm just going to see if there's any couple of bits that I can use. I might use the sweet corn again in this enclosure, just kind of around the back here, just some little bits, and then potentially there as well, just to make it look like it's spread through the fence. I'm going to come out of the Barnyard Animal Pack and I'm going to go over to Europe. So I just want to get a couple of bits that I would imagine you'd kind of see in farms around here. I keep saying around here, if you don't know, I literally live next to farms and stuff. I do live out in the countryside, so no matter where I am, there's always farms nearby, which is quite fun. I'm not a massive fan of farms, but you just kind of have to get used to it living around them. So just add a couple of these bushes. Okay, so that's quite simple. Like I said, I don't want to go kind of too crazy, although I do feel like there's probably some bits missing in the middle, so let's hop back to the pack. And then, same again, so we might be able to, maybe if we do, not so much like a separation pen, but if I add kind of like a little bit of fencing here, maybe just like that, I think. And let's just check that they can still get through, but they can't get through, so the hitboxes are quite... There we go, they can get through, that's fine. I was going to add a pole onto the end of each of these, but I feel like that's going to set the hitbox a little bit, so let's just try and get one in as tight as we can. Maybe if we go there, maybe if we go there. Check again. Yeah, that's fine. So they can access from one to the other. I'm just going to have a play around with the colours actually, because I know we had a look at the colours at the start, but it's not really had a look at them properly. Just add them in, make them a blueprint of them. I thought you could actually recolour these. Or is it just... oh, it's just these pieces. Okay, that's fine. What colour should we go for? I think if we pop brown in for now, okay, let's just go to this, just get a nice kind of like worn down brown, I think. And I'm thinking for the back, so usually the back would be a little bit lighter. So let's go there. And then that makes it easier for this side as well, because we've already got the colours selected. Okay, just go in like that. I don't know why I couldn't do the whole thing in one. It's being a little bit tricky to catch this bit. There we go. Okay, that's fine. So I think I'm just going to pinch a couple of these shrubs from here. Just going to make it look like a little bit run down again. And then back to the nature tab, so I want some kind of shrubbery and bushes. Might also use a couple of these as well. Let's just get these as close to them rocks as possible. So I think we need a little bit more red. Okay, just while I'm editing this one, I wanted to hop in and just say a little trick. So to get the colour like that, what I do is I hit X just to get the advanced move, and then you can keep it in place without it sticking down in the menu. Maybe there. I think we need to go a little bit lighter with the... I'm happy with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sink them down. I'm going to put random rotation as well. Pop a couple here, a couple here. So again, just add in that effect. I'm going to add more here just to make it look like this is where the fence actually fell down. And then, while I'm here actually, I might just add a couple of these. Just to give it a little bit of, just a tiny little bit of texture. Don't want to add too much around here. Oh, the goat's using the feeder. Oh, there's two. There's one in the bush. Having a whale of a time. They love to be on this farm. They don't want to leave ever. Yeah, that's fine. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add very, very small bin path. So if I hold down on control, let's just see how far we can actually get it in. So we can get to about there. So that will allow the guests to actually go all the way up to the fencing and go and see our pigs. Another thing I don't have as well is water. So none of our animals have water at the minute, so that is not very good. So I'm going to put one of these at the back, around there, and then I'm going to put one in the goat pen as well, probably here. Then I just want to see, because there was a water pump, I believe. Is that tall enough to use? I was thinking of using... No. That's fine. We can leave that as it is. I don't think you can recolour it. So let's recolour that same brown colour we had before. That. Okay, same again, so same brown colour as before, and same again. Okay, so that's the pigs and the goats in on the farm. So then the only thing left to do is just kind of spice up this area. I'm actually going to open up the restaurant now as well. So there's no vendor, but there's one in there. Oh, they're the chefs, and then he should jump over the counter. There we go. Okay, and then the guests should start going through, and then they should start sitting down here. So let's just wait for some people to sit down with the meal. Let's just watch from afar. Okay, so they're going through to this little, I'll show you what happens. They go through to like a little magic portal. Then they vanish. And then, just by magic, they end up on the table. Eating all sorts. Ice creams, pizzas. It's a very interesting way to eat chips. Or fries, depending where you are in the world. Okay, so I'm really, really happy with what we've got so far. I think what I might do before this next episode, I want to do the chickens and the Highland cows. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put all of the scenery pieces out, just so everybody can see them. So let's just place them in line like this. Then what we can do is we can have like a little detailed look into them. What I'll do with the prints as such, I'll just pop them like this, and then I'll flatten all the grass and we can just have a look over them. Then obviously the rest of the animals will do more of a showcase in the next one. That's that one, sorry. There we go. Okay, and then the buckets. And the fencing. And actually, just before I end this one as well, I am going to do the sweet corn maze before I do go. So I want to get that just done so it's out of the way. I'll do speed build for that because I think it's just going to be easier, and then I'll figure out the layouts, and then I'll just kind of talk you through what I've done. So let's just get all the new pieces out. Oh, that's big. Yeah, I did that. I don't know if you edit. I don't know, for some reason I thought you'd be able to edit that. Not too much of a problem though. Weird. Tiny little sweet corn. We've already used a couple of these, so we've seen these, but we'll add them in anyway. Got the, I don't know what you call this, like the wind direction thing. I don't know the kind of like official name, but yeah, we'll just go with that. Let's put that up there. Same item. Oh no, that's on its own. And then you've got the post to go. There we go. Sorry, that was me being silly. Okay, just like that. So they're the scenery pack items, just like that. And then we've also got some blueprints as well. Just filter on the pack. So content pack, Barnyard Animal Pack, set it to all. So get this out of the way. So we've got a rustic arch, which is this. And then we've got a rustic garden collection, which is a mixture of bikes, tyres, wheelbarrows and stuff. Then we've got a rustic harvest decoration, so same again, just using bits of the pack. And then we've got rustic market decoration, so if you had like a farmer's market or something, can you edit this? There we go. Yeah, so you can edit the sign, which is pretty cool. Hello. And we've got the we use these quite a lot in this build actually. Fences. Another cool thing I really like about this, and it's just a tiny little quality of life, is if you advance move, you can literally close the gate like that, and I just think that's amazing. It's the small things that impress me, but you can just put it back to where you need it, or you can close it, kind of have it like that, but I think most of mine are like that, or completely shut, so I think you could potentially have it like that, but we'll just leave it like that for now. And then the final one is the rustic shell decoration, so let's just add that on that side. So this is more, again, that's kind of like this, so we'll potentially put these two together and have like a little market. So spruity, I don't know what that means. So you've got a couple of plants. Are they eggs? Not eggs. Got the milk. You just got a little bits and bobs. Okay, so you could use that as like a little kind of market or something. Pretty cool. So these, let's zoom in and we'll have a look at these one by one. So you've got like, I think this is a water boiler actually. Rustic water tank, sorry. So that's pretty cool. We've used this one already, the hay bales. We've got the hay bales square, the reward statues. So I presume you'll be able to get them in bronze, silver and gold as well. Okay, let's just put the short grass over these just so we can see them. Same with that. So these are the rustic animal signs. So I'm really excited to build for these. The next one, I know we've not added the sheep. I'm going to add the sheep as like a separate kind of field here, I think, which would be pretty cool. So let's go back. Okay, and then we've got this move-in little wind pump as well, which is cool. I really like that. We've got these cool planters, so these would be cool to kind of do like what we did in the goat pen, just like that or something. Obviously probably not using these. Got the fencing, so these are flexi-colour as well, which is cool. So you can change all the colours out on them. You can have them whatever you want, you can have rainbows, you can have anything. You got the picket pale fencing as well. I know it's not actually called picket pale in game, but I literally have to do this daily, so I'm just used to calling it picket pale fencing. Rustic milk churn. That planter, I really like this planter. This one's really cool. Rustic barrel. Rustic bucket. Rustic crate. Then we've got this little well as well, which we added to the start. So we added that here, which is this little touch to the farm. And then the final row, so we've got them fencing. So these are in this pack anyway, this little blueprint, sorry. So that's those. So this is pretty much that, but with these already in place like that. So if you just want it more simple, but I don't think you can, because that's one single piece, so you can't actually move that. That's more of a closed one. And you've got these little wheels which we used around the goats. Then you've got the wheat, and then again the wind chime. Have I added that second? No, that's fine. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So just going to hop into the speed build, and I'm going to make the sweet corn maze at the back. So I'll pop back at the end and I'll just go through what I've done. Okay, so that is the sweet corn maze pretty much set out for how I want it. So the idea is I'm going to build kind of like a little thing here, and then I'm going to put probably like a little logo here or something, probably with like a scarecrow prop or something. Probably going to make this a little bit more denser off camera. I'm probably just going to sink a couple down, just rejig it around a little bit just to make it, just so you can't see through. I know it's not, hopefully it's more for kids, but it is what it is. Just put some shrubs or something in the middle, and then in these little alcoves and bit, I'm actually going to put some like little boards with some animals on. So the aim is to kind of find these probably here, potentially in this corner here as well, just so we get people going around. So yeah, that is pretty much it for what we've got so far. So this is our little petting zoo so far. So we've got the pigs here. These are the Tamworth pigs. So they're kind of not so much separated into two, but it gives the illusion that they are. And we've got the goat experience encounter here. So this is getting quite busy actually. Are people actually using what's it now? No, they're just kind of watching, but that's fine. And then we've got the start of the sweet corn maze. So I think here is when I'm just going to do like a tiny little like market area, just with like drinks and refreshments. So in the next episode we'll pretty much finish this half here, and then in the final one what we'll do is we'll just do like detailing. I might add like a little lake here or a little pond, add some swans and stuff, but we're going to add the sheep in this little pasture area here. And then that is pretty much it, I think. So if you have enjoyed that one, subscribe to the channel. Links to the Discord and all social medias are in the description below. If you have enjoyed this one, drop a comment down below. Let me know if you are going to be picking up this pack. If you've got any questions or anything, drop them down below as well, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers guys, thank you.